Well, we're at the end of the year, guys. We made it. I don't understand how it hasn't felt like a year, but it has been a year, and it's probably been one of the weirdest years of my life. This has been one of the weirdest years. And this is a slideshow telling you about the very, very weird events of 2024. Now, I made a video about this back in July, so that's why I'm starting in August for this one. So if you want to watch the ones from before, go to that video. I recommend it. I think it's funny. But without further ado, let's get started with our ground rules. The same one as the last video. The presentation is only for pop culture and miscellaneous things that have massive importance to pop culture. Politics will not be involved, but if it has massive importance, then I'll involve it. There are like 15,000 things that happen per day, per year, and I'm not going to talk about all of them. So I'm having maximum 3 points and then some honorable mentions. And then 3, this video is for fun. Please don't come for me. I'm doing this for fun. Okay, let's start with our August events. Okay, on August 9th, this movie premiered. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Her book became a movie. And just like the book itself, it was a mess. There was a bunch of problems with the promo. Like, there were rumors that Ryan Reynolds wrote a part of the script during a writer's strike. She was promoting her alcohol perfume brand whenever this movie talks about like toxic relationships. And Justin Baldoni wasn't really involved in the promo. He wasn't really in group promo. He didn't really do all that. This is an example of the difference. This is what Justin Baldoni promoted on his Instagram. This is what the movie poster was promoted like around everywhere. Anyway, she doesn't follow him. Also, Colleen Hoover doesn't follow him either. And then some guy named Brandon doesn't follow him. I don't know who that is. And now he's getting sued for sexual harassment as well as slander by her. And during all of this, there was a clip about Blake Lively congratulating a woman on her bump. That woman was infertile. So it was a mess. It hasn't stopped being relevant. Like she's literally suing him right now. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, Zoe Rouse got arrested. Yeah, on August 8th, Sky Jackson got arrested for domestic battery at Universal Studios. And as of right now, nothing has happened. They actually ended up dropping the charges because nothing really happened. And she's pregnant. Yeah, there was rumors about her being pregnant at this time. She confirmed that she's pregnant. So yeah, moving on to this trend. This trend overtook the entire country, if not the world. On August 5th, this girl named Jules LeBron posted a 38-second video talking about her makeup and how she kept it very simple and cute and used the term very demure, very mindful. In the post, she says, "See how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look? Very presentable. A lot of girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma, not demure." Yeah, I remember Girl Dinner from 2023. Yeah, that had the same response. It went viral, and for like 3 months, people were using demure in every single sentence. Very demure, very mindful. I didn't get it. I finally get it now after I researched it, but like, I didn't get it. And actually, I heard that because of this TikTok video going viral, she's able to successfully pay for her transition, which was cool. And we're done with that. Now for honorable mentions. Cardi B and Offset got divorced. Anna Delvey was announced to be going on Dancing with the Stars, but she is on house arrest, so they put her on an ankle bracelet. D23 happened, and it was just like a convention of sequels and remakes that they announced Lilo and Stitch, the remake. They announced Toy Story 5. Stop. Moana 2 came out. It was okay. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter was released. Fat Man Scoop ended up dying at his concert. Like, he was on stage and he ended up just collapsing and he died. Popstar Academy Cat's Eye ended up releasing on Netflix, and now they're a really big group. Sophia Grace, if you remember her, she's pregnant with her second baby. When was she pregnant with her first one? I don't know. J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced. They filed for divorce. Not divorced yet, but they filed for it. We'll see what happens. And then Jordan Childs got a snub. She won a bronze medal at the Olympics, and they took it away from her. Ugh. Oh, and the breakdancing fiasco, and the next Olympics gonna be in LA in 2028. September. Yo, on September 15th, Tito Jackson died. Honestly, I don't think there's a single person who doesn't know who Tito Jackson is. Like, he is a founding member of Jackson 5. How do you not know who he is? But he died due to a heart attack at 70 years old. Moment of silence for my boy. Moment adjourned. Moving on. Monsters! On September 19th, the new season of Monsters came out, and the story focused on Eric and Lyle Menendez? Yep, Menendez, the two brothers who killed their parents. This whole series took the world by storm, and basically everybody watched it. I didn't want to. The show actually caused their case to be looked at again, and now they're going to trial again to see if they can get out of prison. They have life without the chance of parole, so I don't really know what's going to happen, but we'll see. And then the next one is a huge one. I forgot that happened like recently. Diddy got arrested. Yeah, he got arrested. September 16th, they actually got him for, I think it was like building a sexual empire. And that date back to 2008. And currently he's waiting for trial in prison without a chance for bail. He's tried 4 times for bail and has been rejected every single time. And they say that he's in jail for engaging or attempting to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, drug offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So, moving on. Honorable mentions! Beetlejuice came out. Jennifer Ortega's looks, she ate down. The Emmys happened. People made history. I was gonna make a video on that, but I didn't feel like it, so I didn't. Romeo and Juliet with Rachel Zegler and Kit Connor premiered on Broadway, and that one scene of Kit Connor like doing a pull-up on the bed. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody was geeking over it. MTV VMAs happened, and Megan Thee Stallion ended up hosting. James Earl Jones died. That's king, so that hurt. Kendrick is doing the halftime show. He announced in September. Mooting and that big penguin, I remember its name. That was a whole phenomenon. The Beast Games got sued before it even got released. It got released now, but like at the time it got sued for some stuff. I don't really remember. And then Nikocado Avocado ended up coming out after a year, and he lost so much weight. Like, it's actually insane. And that was a cool video. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I mentioned. All right, October. Chromacopia. On October 28th, Tyler the Creator ended up dropping his 8th studio album entitled Chromacopia, with features like Doechii, Tizo's Touchdown, Sexy Red, Glorilla, Lil Wayne, Childish Gambino, and more. Guys, I left out Daniel Caesar. Oh my god. It debuted on the Billboard 200 chart at number 1. It broke records for the largest hip-hop album debut streams on Spotify in 2024. And he also told fans that everything on the album was true to his life. It was so fire. Oh my. Okay. He ended up promoting it by having trucks with the Chromacopia logo just be parked in random locations in cities. And he also had pop-up concerts. There was one in my city. I didn't know until like 2 days later, so I missed out. Moving on, because I'm about to crash out again. And I'm gonna crash out again. Liam Payne died on October 19th. He was a former member of One Direction. He passed in 1931, and he fell off the 3rd floor balcony of a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. That's not how you say that. He was buried a month later on November 20th, and all the members of One Direction ended up coming to the funeral. 5 people were charged over his death like a few days ago, actually. And let's face it, this was not accidental. Like, he was 6 months sober. Like, I don't understand how that would be an accident. But Yeah, that was a sad one. Moving on to the lookalike contests. Okay, so on October 27th, a YouTuber named Anthony Poe, I think his name is, started the first lookalike contest in New York with Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest. The person who ended up winning was a 21-year-old named Miles Mitchell, and he got the $50 cash prize. And Timothy ended up actually showing up to this one. And when he moved to a different location, he saw it happen. And after this, when it became a viral sensation, with everybody doing like different lookalike contests for different celebrities, like they had Paul Mescal, I think his name is, on November 7th in Dublin, Harry Styles November 9th in London, Dave Patel November 10th in San Francisco, and then Jeremy Allen White November 16th in Chicago. They even had Zendaya one. I don't remember seeing that one, but yeah, this was huge. Mentions. Brat the remix album came out. There were wicked scandals, like somebody used AI to change the poster that they released, and Cynthia Weaver was not happy with that. Then somebody else tried to cancel Ariana Grande. Espresso with the Mango on SNL ended up premiering this month, and it was like everybody loved it. It was cool. I liked it, but anyway. And then Bruno Mars and I think her name's Rose ended up releasing a collab together called APT. It slaps. I like the song. Oh, Halle Bailey and DDG broke up after 2 years dating. Ooh, that was a huge one actually. Yeah, that was a big one. The Tesla bots that kind of remind me of Detroit Become Human came out this month. I'm not terrified because of how they look. I'm terrified because I know they can become sentient. I feel it in my spirit. Moving on. November. I didn't add a picture for this one because I didn't want to. Because this was just election day, November 5th. My birthday. Trump won the whole election in a sweep, low key. It was 312 to 226. He got every single swing state. Anyway, I'm moving on. Oh, on November 22nd, Kendrick posted on his Instagram this afternoon, and it was just this picture of him leaning on a car. Turns out it was an album cover. He released his 6th studio album, on a random Friday. And guess who was featured? SZA. She had 2 songs. And then not even a few weeks later, he announced a national tour with SZA, and I didn't cop tickets. I didn't get tickets. Oh, also, remember the Kendrick drama before? Yeah. So he added a Toronto show, and then it got so many people coming that he added a second one. Who's from Toronto again? Who's from Canada? Drake. Yeah. Anyway, that halftime show is about to be great. Next, Wicked or Glicked. Wicked ended up coming out on November 22nd as well, and then Gladiator 2 came out the same day. We're not talking about Gladiator 2, we're talking about Wicked, because this one broke records. The movie was kind of fire, low-key. I actually had a lot of fun watching it. I watched it twice. It made $634.4 million at the box office, and it actually became the largest opening for a movie based on a Broadway show ever, and surpassed Mamma Mia. So, fire. Honestly, go watch it. It's really good. Anyway, honorable mentions. Lana Condor, aka Laura Jean from Two Other Boys I Loved Before, got married. And then Arcane came out. If you haven't watched this show, you're missing out. Oh, I don't even get me started. Hayley Steinfeld got engaged to a man. I thought she wasn't... I'm very happy for her. That's all I'm gonna say. Jonathan Major's ex-girlfriend dropped the charges against him. So all the things that were happening earlier this year was for nothing. Quincy Jones died. Moment silent for my boy. And moving on. Oh, sorry. That's not him. So on December 4th, this CEO of the United Healthcare, Ryan Thompson, was shot 3 times in the back in the middle of a street in New York City, and then he escaped. The killer escaped on a bike. So anyway, there was a manhunt for him, and he was found 5 days later and arrested on December 9th. This is him. There hasn't been a single photo I've seen of him where they haven't gotten him at his best angles, and it's kind of crazy. But anyway, he was found out because he ended up going to a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, and the person who was there ended up snitching, and then after that, the entire restaurant got a bunch of negative reviews. Like one of them was like more like McDonald's. I hope obesity and heart disease are in network in Pennsylvania. Deny, defend, depose, diarrhea at McDonald's. Anyway, people have been sniffing for him like crazy. His name is Luigi. That's why I put this there. He's 26, he comes from a very wealthy family. He went to an Ivy League school. He was valedictorian in his high school, and nobody close to him or even somebody who knew him has anything bad to say about him. And then he also scratched deny, defend, depose on the bullets that he used. He has 11 charges, including first-degree murder in furtherance to terrorism. Mind you, in New York, in order to get a first-degree murder charge, it has to be a killing of a law enforcement officer. So Spotify Wrapped kind of sucked. December 4th, they released it after pushing it back a full month. It wasn't amazing. It was just mediocre. Like I don't really care. Like I saw it, there was some weird descriptions, and I was like, okay, sure. I'm gonna be a hater. I don't like it. Do better. So remember in my last video I was talking about the TikTok ban? Well, they passed it. And the Supreme Court is going to do a ruling on it on the January 10th. But if they rule no, then TikTok will get banned January 19th. And I will crash out because I low-key love that app. So we'll see. And then lastly, I have honorable mentions for December. Mufasa the Lion King came out. It should make Ward making a fool out of himself. After Haley Steinfeld got engaged, he tweets some stuff that I'm not even gonna talk about it, because if this man messes up my chance to be on the Spider-Verse with his voice, I will lose it. Don't try me. Squid Game Season 2 came out a few days ago. People have been talking about it a lot. It seems like it's pretty good. People have been hating, but like they did it in the first place when the first season came out, so we'll see. And then actually, like I think it was yesterday actually, Jimmy Carter died at 100. And then SZA finally dropped Lana. Finally. Okay, that's it. Happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed. I might do a video for Squid Game, like recapping the first season. Maybe. We'll see if my phone cooperates with me. Hope you have a good New Year. Bye. Okay.